A very good morning to you. This is the Star Breakfast News on your Simply the Best dial 103.5 FM. Coming up this morning, University of Cape Coast Management refused purported letter by its council chairman allegedly terminating the appointment of its vice-chancellor. Also coming up, Guta backs Bank of Ghana's centralized forex trade platform as it believes the move will filter legitimate forex traders from black market operation to quell speculation of the city.
They can monitor and do away of the black market, which will eventually help us to be able to stabilize our local currency.
We've got details of these stories coming up shortly, but first let's remind you of our affiliate stations across the country.
Star News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, My Star Radio in the USA, also live on Facebook on Star 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Star 103.5 FM, Star News, informed, in-depth, in touch.
I am Nurein. Abass. Many thanks to you for choosing Star News. Now, the management of the University of Cape Coast has refuted a purported letter addressed by its council chairman allegedly terminating the appointment of its vice-chancellor. The widely circulated letter asserts the governing council of the university had terminated the appointment of the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Johnson Nyako Bwampo, despite being given a 2-year extension in July last year. The release, amongst others, said the extension was unconstitutional, hence directing the Chancellor to immediately hand over his office to the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the school. Director of Public Affairs at the University of Cape Coast, Major Kofi Bar Bentum, retired, has been speaking to Star News.
The conversation I had with management is what I have put in the release that I issued. And it is very simple that management met on Tuesday. They held, council. The council of the university is the highest decision body, and in terms of appointment of the vice chancellor and all that, that is was in the armpit of the council. But at their last meeting 2 days ago, the issue of the vice chancellor's appointment did not even come up. So it was not discussed as an item or an agenda at that meeting. And once the issue did not come up for council to take a decision, because council is the only body that can determine whether the vice chancellor can continue to hold himself as vice chancellor or not.
Right. So did the vice chancellor report to work today?
Yes.
And he undertook all of his official duties?
Yes.
Well, Major Bar Bentum also refuted claims the extension of the Vice-Chancellor has been challenged in court.
I don't know officially about that, whether it's in court. I'm not aware of that officially, even though I've heard rumors like that it may be in court. But officially, I haven't seen any document confirming that.
You've heard rumors. As the public affairs director, you don't have any information about this process.
The information I have is not authentic. It is like we are in the university community and you hear people saying all manner of things. So I've heard that there is the possibility that the vice chancellor may be appealed before a court to clarify certain things. But that is about all. It still remains a rumor. I haven't seen any document to that effect.
You heard Director of Public Affairs at the University of Cape Coast, Major Kofi Bar Bentum, retired, speaking to my colleague Tutua Danso. Meanwhile, the University Teachers Association has dissociated itself from the purported letter. According to UTAG, the chairman of the UCC Council must retract the letter since he took a unilateral decision. President of UTAG UCC chapter, Dr. Jerry Ovu Ansah, has been speaking to Star News.
And so UTAG has a rep, or unions and other relevant bodies have rep. So council per our statute is not an individual person. It is a group. And so if a reference is made of a council decision, it should be the decision of the group. It is not one person making that statement. And so that is why we have that issue with the letter that is the chairman has written. We believe that it is a unilateral decision. The chairman has acted ultra vires, and so he has to do the needful and retract the letter, so that if there's any issue on the appointment of the vice chancellor, currently it's in court. For 60 years, somebody is contesting that by next year, September, when he will be 60, he cannot stay in office. And court is a body that can determine this. And so we believe that the chairman should have brought the matter to council, and after court decision, the council will look at it.
You heard President of UTAG UCC chapter, Dr. Jerry Opoku answer. Away from that, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has backed the Bank of Ghana's centralized forex trade platform as it believes the move will filter legitimate forex traders from black market operation to quell speculation of the cedi. The central bank commenced the implementation of its new foreign exchange trade system that requires persons interested in the buying and selling of foreign currency to produce a Ghana card or passport for verification before the transaction is approved. Here is Director of Other Financial Institutions Department at the Bank of Ghana, Yao Sapo, explaining verification costs would be borne by the central bank.
Ghana decided to deploy this new software because of some challenges we've been having in the subsector. So we wanted to have real-time, the opportunity to monitor transactions real-time and to be able to enhance our supervision of the subsector. So we decided to implement a standardized software for the industry. So the cost of the software is entirely on Bank of Ghana. The bureaus are not paying for the software. Bank of Ghana is bearing the cost, but the bureau will bear some cost. They are supposed to acquire the systems that they need to support the software. So they need good computer systems, and they need to also have the verification devices. So the cost on the bureaus will be the verification devices and main.
You heard Director of Other Financial Institutions Department at the Bank of Ghana, Yao Sapon. Meanwhile, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, has backed the move, asserting it would help sanitize the forex and trade market.
This should not be difficult for Ghanaian business to adopt. As we know, practice this system when we travel abroad. And when they do this and they regulate it in a proper manner, then of course it will distinguish it from the black market operations. Then they can monitor and do away of the black market, which will eventually help us to be able to stabilize our local currency.
Now, the CEO of the Scripture Union Ghana, Reverend Derek E. Kumson, has lamented the fast depreciation of morality among the youth in recent times. According to him, the phenomenon gives rise to an urgent need to put in place mechanisms to ensure the youth are steered in the right direction. One of the surest ways to achieve this would be the construction of the SU campsite. There's more in the following report.
Moral decadence has gained prominence in recent times, with many expressing concern over the phenomenon. As part of measures to address the canker, the Scripture Union Ghana, an evangelical Christian organization, is putting up an ultra-modern campsite in the eastern region to imbibe moral virtues in young people to produce transformational leaders in society.
We are committed in producing born-again believers, in producing people who will be transformational leaders for this nation. And you can see across the desk this afternoon, all the people seated here are very active in their field of industry. And we have many more of such people. So the challenge now for us is that, do we want to raise people who are morally upright? Are we looking for men and women of integrity? Then I want to encourage us to support Scripture Union to do this work.
We'll bring you the extended version in subsequent bulletins. This is where we end the breakfast news this morning. When you log on to starfm.com.gh, you'll find more news update there. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company. Next is Jones Adi with a sports rundown.